Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Daughter Mama Dialogue, where we have conversations between daughters and mothers and daughters, and we just want to promote that. So we just basically have our conversations on here, basically, and then some. So my name is Caira.
My name is Cat.
and my mom's been giggling about this.
Been giggling for the last 5 minutes. Go ahead.
She's like, we keep talking about introducing herself.
Yeah.
About introducing ourselves, basically.
I had a whole speech ready, but I'll save that for some other time. I'm calming down.
So, basically, today we wanted to talk about presentation. This was really my mom's idea as far as like how we present ourselves, more so physically to the world. But you want to talk about basically what brought that up?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I was, as you were introducing, I was thinking of the fact that we look at each other when we're going out the door, right? And we go, oh.
What do you mean look at each other?
I think when, especially because you're my daughter, when you head out the door, I'm like, okay.
As far as what?
I'm examining what you wear.
Yeah, she does.
Now, if I'm headed out the door, don't you do the same thing?
Sometimes,
like, especially if I'm going dancing.
If it depends. Sometimes I'm like, that's an interesting outfit, but I don't have that many opinions about your outfits.
Except if I'm dressing up, then you're like, oh, mom knows how to dress up. Come on, tell the truth.
And I won't say that. I'll be like, oh, that's a cute outfit. Or why are you... Well, actually, no. Usually it's like, oh, that's a cute outfit. Mm-hmm. It's not really like, oh, she knows how to dress up. Because I know you know how to dress up. Although when you first started like going out and dancing, I'm like, oh, she really is like doing this a lot. And a lot, dressing up a lot.
So it's the dressing up part, not the dancing part that was making you...
No, it was both. Because I was like, dang, she goes out more than me and my sister together at that time.
Oh,
like, is that all moment? Is that all?
I just said, oh.
Oh, okay. I just thought it was like, oh, well, I wasn't like, it was just interesting because it went from not really, well, not to say not really going out, but just like you would go dancing a lot, but... Okay. But yeah, I wouldn't. I didn't.
That was a reason to dress up. Like, I just think that, for example, I look in my closet. When you look in your closet, do you see things that you want to wear but you haven't worn yet, and you're like, gee, I just need an opportunity to wear it, or do you just make an opportunity to wear it?
I mean, not to say opportunity, because I just have different... Some stuff I just really don't know where I would wear it to. Like, I could have a couple of skirts. So I'm like, why would I... Those are very fancy. Where would I wear those to? So I guess maybe the first option.
What was the first option again?
You gave the option.
Wait a minute. Don't reply with saying the first option. I threw it all out there. I didn't count it as 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh. So the first option...
It's probably 4.
No, you gave 2 options.
Okay.
You just said to either find something, like you look at your closet and think you don't have anything to wear these things to that you've never worn. Mm-hmm. Or you just make an opportunity to wear.
Okay.
So those are 2 things.
So you're going to name the option that you chose is
the first one that I mentioned.
Just looking at the closet.
It's like some certain things I feel like I don't know what to wear it to.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can't, like, I'll throw out a scenario. If I go to the grocery store, like, for example, today I went to the grocery store. Here I am in my sweats, which... I love sweats. Everybody should love sweats. Threw a little color in here. Anyway, I was comfortable. But I saw a lady walking into the grocery store as I was leaving, and she had this beautiful African print, gaucho, whatever you want to call them, I don't know. And I was like, you know what? I could have worn something like that. and I would have been fine.
Oh, just like everyday wear.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's interesting. I've thought about, making a point to wear certain things just to wear it. Like, some people wear heels just because I won't. But, like, some people wear heels just because they can. Some people wear certain things that you might wear when you have, like, a certain, like, event. Maybe still casual, but, like, to dress up a little bit. But I think in American culture, it's more so very casual when you're not going anywhere. But when I was in Japan, people would wear like really cute outfits just to wear them, and I'm just like,
yeah, we need more. Them.
And so I was just like, I want to be a little bit more like that.
What, a little more Japanese?
No, a little bit more.
You said in Japan, people.
I said in Japan, people typically will. I've seen women would wear like different types of outfits, and it's just like they just seem more fashionable, just because. In general.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I guess I'm getting too old. Maybe it's the last time you went to Japan, which was how long ago?
It's been like it was almost 4 years ago.
That was 4 years
or
ago?
More, because I left
like 4 years ago.
Because I left in November 2016, and then I got back in May of 2017.
Did you feel like you were presenting yourself differently when you were there? Because of the job or whatever?
You mean like as far as what I would wear?
Yeah, like every day, not including the job, because everybody pretty much is going to dress up or put your best foot forward for the job.
That's a whole other different story, because I was not mentally there. I mean, and what I mean is, although my time in Japan I had some good experiences. Overall, I eventually did not have altogether the best experience because mentally. But we're not talking about that today.
We're not talking about the mental part. We're talking about.
I know, and so my whole point is I didn't really put like a whole lot of effort in my clothes.
So
also on top of that, if I buying clothes in Japan, like their clothes ran smaller, so I couldn't really go shopping like that.
But you were really small, weren't you?
I still their clothes ran smaller.
Okay, well let's get back to the U.S.
So,
We'll talk about Japan later. So getting back to the U.S., what is your image? What is your impression of how you clothe yourself?
My impression of myself?
And if are you happy with
what's my aesthetic?
I guess you could call it that.
What's my I don't know. I think I'm very laid back. Also because it's easier, because I realize I get overwhelmed. Because sometimes part of the reason why I haven't left the house sooner or soon enough is because I don't know what to wear. Although it would probably help if I would just like lay out clothes the night before. That's a responsible thing to do, but I do not. I've never stuck to that. So there's that. So I'm more laid back. I wear sometimes jeans, and I like hoodies. But also I realize I don't like to wear them as much anymore, as far as without feeling like too casual. So now I've been trying to make more of an effort to wear like skirts here and there, and just do a little bit of something different once in a while.
So what is the motivation for you wanting to wear more skirts here and there? Because
I just feel like I feel too casual, like I feel too bummy with just hoodie on all this. I love hoodies, but
me too.
I start to feel a little bit too bummy, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting up there in age. I'm not old, but like let me just try to be a little bit more versatile. What about yourself?
I like your hoodie though.
Oh, thank you.
And what does it say?
Why are you talking like that? Why is she talking like
that?
It says, I don't follow Yaweh. I follow Yaweh.
And where did you get it from?
Got it. You look crazy. I got it from the artist J Monty. He has merchandise. You can find him on Instagram. I believe it's J Monty Studios. J M as in Mary, O N as in Nancy, T as in Tom, Y Studios. And that's how you can find his link to his merchandise as well.
And that's a shout out to you, J Monty. We love you, cuz. All right. So I went looking at your hoodie, and let's look at the sleeve too, because you know I'm always going to talk about. It says testify, right? It makes me just breathe calmly. You know, it just does. Just because this is the message. See, you could have just had a regular old sweatshirt or a hoodie like this. No message. All people see is my hoodie. Okay, but no message. Anyway, so I don't know why I brought that up, except to say that it puts a different light on what you're wearing. And what else was I gonna say? Do you know what I was gonna say?
Can't read your mind.
Okay.
I like this hoodie. I'm okay with sometimes with the things I wear, but I know I could always do better. So there's that. But I generally like my aesthetic of hoodies and everything. Also, was low-key broke a lot of my adult life and still a little bit not as broke as I was before, but still probably considered broke to a lot of people. I'm able to function, pay my bills, pay my loans, but still broke to a lot of people.
Well, what does broke have to do with it?
So, because that means I'm very money conscious. So, I'm a little bit more willing to buy certain things. Like I bought this really cute swimsuit online actually today. So there's that. But really overall though, I'm very conscious about like getting my nails done. Like my nails are really just not there today, but I recently had them done and I'm like, I could do this
at home.
No. Only because I'm lazy.
I gotta do mine. Okay.
I'm lazy. But I'm saying like I'm very like conscious about where my money is going, which
I'm proud of you.
The highest expense I've heard usually for most people is food, and for me too, so I gotta reduce that. But then with clothes or with certain luxuries, I'm just like, I don't want to spend it on myself, even though, and I think it's also to my disadvantage. So I don't want to spend money on myself. So
I was listening to what you're saying about the biggest cost is food. I'm proud of you for saying that.
How
because
is that?
I really think for your generation, I'm sorry, no disrespect to anybody from your generation, but I would have been thinking about, getting a weave, getting your nails done, getting your feet done. When you get that stuff, it seems like that adds up pretty much to more than what the cost of food would add up for.
I mean, well, I think for a certain demographic, but I think they're just talking about across the board for like any body person, man or woman, person, whatever. Like, it evens out to be like food being the thing that is probably next really expensive, because people like to eat out a lot. I don't eat out as much. But still, especially during the pandemic, I had been ordering on Uber Eats quite a lot.
I heard.
And so stuff like that adds up. And so,
yeah.
But then but even then or before then, I wouldn't order like certain clothes. I wouldn't get my nails done or like whatever. Although getting your nails done all the time, that's not necessarily a need, but, more often than I have done, which was basically hardly ever, if ever. So, yeah. What about you? What do you think about your...
Excuse me.
What do you think?
I was going to say something. What do I think about what?
Your own sense of style.
I think my style has changed over the years, and part of it is because of the job. I think when I started out in the workforce, my thinking was more geared towards business, and I like to wear suits. Very nice clothes. In fact, I think I still have a couple of my favorite suits. I really think one day I'll be able to put them on again. Yeah. Like, I was interested in law. I was interested in business. I was interested in, being the sharp one in the room. And that has changed. Now I just don't want to get mugged when I walk into, it started when I started teaching. No offense to teachers out there.
So what was your style as a teacher?
As a teacher, it started out,
or your life in general,
nicely.
As a teacher?
But as I have experienced a variety of different teaching environments, I started thinking about how I didn't want to stand out. And part of that is because I've had things stolen from me.
Wow.
Like, I don't drive a Cadillac anymore, and that's okay. I drive just a regular U.S. car, Malibu. I'm good with that. I'll even wear jeans to school. I'll wear a T-shirt to school. And I think part of that is, like, I will still dress up once in a while, but part of the reason why I kind of dress more casually is to, I think I'm making my students more comfortable.
Okay, do you think, like, the way you dress now in each of those times has bled into like your everyday life?
Oh, it's definitely. Oh, definitely. Now I just feel nice.
Well, I
just want to give myself a hug.
I feel
so nice and comfortable. I can
what about now? What do you feel about your style now, though? Well, okay, pandemic
on an everyday basis.
Probably before pandemic, like the last couple of years.
Pre-pandemic, I think it was probably reflective of going out dancing. Like, I like to dress up, but I still, I still think that, what I wore pre-pandemic was, I don't know, I do like casual with a flair. I like to be comfortable, but I got my style. I like my shades. Even though I don't have enough hats. Oh, this is the other thing. I feel like I'm a DIYer.
I can see that.
Because if I don't see it, then I feel like I'm not happy with something that's not really what I was looking for. It just fits the bill. If I don't see it, I want to go get a pattern or go figure out how to make it. Same thing with a lot of stuff.
The thing about this, y'all, is that my mom's been talking about, I have not seen her yet refurbish any clothing, so to say, like sew anything. You have a couple of sewing machines to keep saying, I can make this.
3.
And I have not seen, not one.
And we just had this conversation about, and this was just yesterday, when I said, I'm kind of interested in starting to sew again, because I think it's just, it must be the pandemic or something, but I just feel a little bit more inspired. There are things I want to do. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you feel inspired a lot.
Okay, I've got a sewing machine over there. I've got one back there. Actually, I have 4 sewing machines. But now I'm busy doing things like painting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
stuff. I told you.
You have too many projects. Why are we talking about you?
I don't know why we're talking about all of that. We're talking about presentation. Speaking of presentation, okay, we're talking about how we look and all that. But you know what? All of that, I think, stems from how you feel about yourself. I feel good about doing stuff. To me, it's like I'm learning as I do. I'm an on-the-job learner. Okay, I like doing stuff around here And stop looking at me, cutting your eyes.
I'm not. I'm looking at you because you're talking to me.
But anyway, getting back to presentation. Whatever I choose to wear, I not to say I look for a thumbs up from you and your sister, but I want you to feel okay. I want you to feel good about how your mother walks out the door.
Okay, so no booty shorts or nothing. I be like, yes, no booty shorts, man. People, yes, you.
Have I ever worn booty shorts?
No, wait. I don't know. I had to think about this. I'm like, probably not in front of us.
If I did, I didn't know.
But you definitely, man, something. I be feeling a little uncomfortable because, like I mentioned before, like, you know, we have a very beautiful family.
Yes.
This sounds so not narcissistic, but no, but seriously, like, I just, you know.
You're looking off to the right. What does that mean in terms of body language?
That means creative or left or right. I don't know. No, but.
Like you're avoiding something. Just say it.
No, people be like, your mother is so beautiful and everything, but it's like.
Really?
Or just like jokes, but it would be like of my age. And I'm like, y'all can't talk to my mama. Y'all too young for her.
See, and I keep that in mind too, because I had a good friend from an IT class who was very nice. And I was like, no, because I don't want to humiliate and
How was this?
I don't want to embarrass my daughters.
How old was this friend, Ma?
Cougar.
How old was this friend?
Maybe a couple years older than you and your sister.
It was like a year older than me.
A year older than you. Like,
if that. And
yeah, I was just like.
Now I know someone's gonna say, well, it's none of your business, Caira. Let your mom live her life.
Who would say that?
Whatever. Somebody. People have said that.
Okay, so I guess the same people would say if somebody 15 years older than you showed up.
Well, they probably
my age. Let Caira live her life. I'd be like,
well, I'm grown.
I don't think so.
It's funny because I'm probably ageist because I'm like, I can't. I guess like I have to have a certain age range, like people, and which is not the best thing, but like people 10 years older than me, I can't really barely talk to anyone 10 years older than me or more. So there's that. Anyway, what we were talking about, my whole point was
walking out the door.
Yeah, as far as like
we have strayed from this.
No. As far as like presentation, there's that. I mean, as far as like what I would think of, well, now that I'm thinking about it, thinking of how I would say how I would like you to present yourself.
Yes, how would you like mother to present herself? Go ahead.
As my mother.
You want me to dress up to here and put a hat on like a church lady?
Why are you dressed like that? No, I like.
Well, actually, I think that would be very classic to have. I really would. I've always wanted to wear nice hats, but as we all know, I have a big head.
Your head. I don't know if your head is that big. To be honest.
It's big enough.
Someone said my head isn't that big, but I beg to differ. It's a little bit big. I don't know.
My head's bigger than yours, I'm sure.
Oh well. But the thing is, I don't really see your because you will dress up when the occasion permits it. Like you aren't someone who's afraid to dress up. No. Like you'll definitely get your nails done. You wear some makeup. Put little earrings in, do your hair and everything. And I'm like, she's cute.
Oh, so what were you saying? You want me to dress up more?
I didn't really have anything to say. I really wouldn't.
You done lost your.
No, I wouldn't say because you were thinking about what would we say we would want each other to do as far as presenting ourselves in a better way.
Okay.
But I feel like there's not really much I would say that I would want you to change.
Really?
Yeah. I think you have
like on a daily? Really?
Yeah, you just look like a young.
But you what about exercising? Maybe we should talk about health and toning up and you know,
We were talking
being vibrant.
Physically. We're talking about physically. Well, clothes wise, I think you're fine. Definitely make sure to not stay in the house. So go for a walk every day if need be.
Yeah, I do stay in the house too much.
So, because I think you definitely are affected mentally. Like, your mental health is affected when you're inside too much.
Yeah.
And I say that because that's how I am. Like, I have to leave the house after. If I stay in the house all day one time, then the next day I have to go somewhere because I'm just like, I can't. Especially if I'm by myself.
Yeah.
So.
I think that, I don't know, you might be, like you said, you're probably, getting some of your ways from me. As far as I'm concerned, and this is odd to me, when I was younger, I was a lot more active. From junior high on, I was the most active person in the family, on the track team, on the majorettes, on what else? Cheerleaders, stuff like that. And then it's like, when it's gone, it's like I'm depressed. I do need to get out and do something in order to balance myself, balance my mood. And if I don't do that, it's like I'm at the other extreme of that spectrum,
I think it's definitely harder to be active when you're not in those environments. When you're in college or high school, whatever, you're around a lot of different people, who doing a lot of different things. So it's not hard if you want to be involved in different things, to be active. But now, our jobs puts us in these little cubicles sometimes or whatever. Yeah. It tires us out. So and then you have family life, and then the things that you want to do, you have to force yourself to be active,
to do it. Like, I want a bike. I just feel like if I'm more active and I'm getting out and doing those things, I don't know. It's like I'll look at how I present myself in a fresher way. Don't you feel like that?
I think it gives me energy for sure when I work out.
Yeah.
Or when I'm outside and moving, and I definitely feel that.
And I could sense it from, like, right now. I think it's too dark in here or something, because you're like, pick your head up, sweetheart.
I'm leaning back because I lean forward, I'll be like...
Me too. But, like, for right now, if we went outside right now and went for a walk in the wonderful sunshine, you would probably come back with a glow and want to go do something else, which would be awesome. That's how I would want to see you. That's how I want to see you present yourself.
Okay. What are other...
Excuse me.
Why are you looking... What is that?
Because I'm clearing my throat.
You were like, with attitude.
Because I'm trying to cover up clearing my throat. Anyway.
What else would you say, like, what about me as far as, like, how else would you want me to present myself better? Like, to the world or maybe in different situations.
Look at you. I would like to see you go out more, dress up a little more. But of course, now with the pandemic, I'm kind of like, don't go. Don't go.
I mean, it's more, it's slow. Things have loosened up.
Yeah, they've loosened up, but news flash, Delta just canceled 100 flights. Okay, so anyway, I thought you were laughing. Anyway, so... what was the question? How would I like to see you?
Like, present myself better.
Present yourself better. You know what? I am actually, I almost said pleasantly surprised, but I'm not really surprised at the fact that as I watch you as you work, how you conduct yourself is very professional. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I just kind of smile to myself like, yes, I feel like I'm giving you a, like, quiet nod of approval. Yes, I think that's awesome. How you conduct yourself is, I think you're on the right path. How you present yourself, you're on the right path. I think sometimes you don't give yourself enough credit. Like, you think now, for the curvy women, for us out here, curvy women out here, ain't nothing wrong with a curvy woman. you bless your curves by complimenting your curves with the right items of clothing, things that compliment you, right?
Sure.
Now, you and I have talked about A-line designs.
A-line dresses, more so, or even skirts, but...
Yes. Mm-hmm. Do you think in terms of A-line skirts or dresses when you go out? Or do your dresses hug your hips? Now, there are times where you might want your dresses to hug your hips. I understand that. However...
It depends on what it is. It depends on, like, for skirts, I probably do more A-line. Mm-hmm. Unless it's, like, I don't know, it's a certain situation. I'll have something that hugs my hips. But I think it just depends on the situation.
Okay, so if there's a special situation, would you wear an A-line?
I mean,
I will say a situation.
I mean, it's. I'm not against wearing anything A-line. Where you're going with this, I don't know. Like,
I'm not going anywhere. I ain't going nowhere with it. All I'm saying is, and this is probably just coming from the fact that I'm your mother and I want you to take my suggestions. She does not take well.
Well, you know, it's funny because I be giving my own suggestions. I be like, why isn't she listening to me?
Yeah, so we do that to each other.
I'm like, okay.
And then your sister doesn't want to give any suggestions.
Yeah, she do. When it comes to certain topics, and she's like, y'all just peasants. Y'all
Shout out to you, Jay. Shout out to you, Jay.
And she's just kind of like...
Jay Ayana. Go ahead.
She's like, why?
My baby girl. Go ahead.
But, yeah, I think it just depends. I think for both of us, it's probably best to not be... Well, clothing-wise, I know where I should go as far as my clothes, like how to change up my style. I know, like, I have an idea of, like, being more confident in the things I wear. Because, like you said before, part of the reason why I dressed a certain way before was connected to how I felt about myself. Mm-hmm. And I think how I feel about myself is different than what I felt maybe 5 years ago or even 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. So, and, like, I know, like, at this point in my life, like, I can't be in the same place. I'm not even in the same place mentally. So I'm like, my clothes should not reflect that. I mean, or it should reflect that. It should reflect that I'm no longer in that same place.
Okay.
So, I think for both of us, that's a good thing. But what I also think is that as far as presenting ourselves, don't be afraid to bring people in our folds and within our lives. Mean? I don't know, like our energies, like don't be too reserved. Don't block our blessings, our friendships, and everything.
What's that got to do with the presentation?
It doesn't. Well, we present ourselves to people in friendships.
Some people say that mother is the one who keeps getting off topic.
It's presentation. It's still not far.
So
anyway, what do you guys think about about this topic today? How do you feel about yourself as far as like how you present yourself to the world, like the things that you dress, the things that you wear, the things, how you dress and all of that. Is there anything that you would like to improve on? Or do you have any influences? Please share below. And then if you like this video, please like and subscribe as well. And we will also post this to Anchor as well as we continue on. Please.
Yes, we shall.
Do you want anyone to follow you on any other social media?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, any social media that we want to share will be linked down below in the description box on YouTube. On Anchor, for those who are listening, you can find me on @Curious Bookster, no underscores, no nothing else, just Curious Bookster. And that's it. And I guess we'll see you guys next video.
You know what? Before we go, I just want to say I enjoyed this conversation.
Sure.
I love our setting too.
I do like our conversation. Okay. Bye, y'all.